Hi everyone, it's Bae bringing you Captain Tsubasa Dream Team, or sorry, Tatakae Dream Team. This time I'm gonna be covering the Japanese version, but I heard that for the global version, you're having the same event as the Japanese one. Finally, you have caught up with the Japanese version in terms of the event. Not yet for the transfer characters yet, but yeah. So I'll be covering both the event and the new characters. And first of all, the event. So as usual, the pain in the ass event is here. Yay! So first of all, from today, May 11th, there's been a new event where you collect these South American characters, Brazilian, Argentinian, and Uruguayan. I don't know how you say it. But yeah, so it's like the usual past events where you had to collect all these characters from R. They'll only drop as an R character, but then you could evolve them like this. Yeah, you raise the main skill from up to 4, and then you blend that to the base character and it becomes SR. And to evolve SR to SSR, you need level 8 and then level 12 to UR. Yeah, and then I'm sure it doesn't say anything here, but they will require these characters for the next Challenge Road EX stage, I assume. So you should all be prepared for that. And yeah, and also from 18th, so it's not here yet, but there's gonna be another event related to this from 18th Friday, where you'll be needing these drop characters. You only get to challenge these events with drop characters in this ongoing event. So you should not only for the EX Challenge Road, but also for this new event that will be coming, you'll be needing this all these characters to challenge this. And as a prize of clearing all these stages, you'll get this new Santana, this one right here, who has S rank 1-2 skill, new Brazilian soccer football. Yeah, so for those who have any other strong Santanas, you might wanna teach this skill, because this Santana, this himself is not that good, as you can see here. So yeah, I think that's the purpose. And as for the new characters, from the transfers, there are 2 SSR characters, Diaz and Victorino, and 2 from as an SR, which are Salinas and Alberto. So let's cover the SR characters first. Alberto, my evaluation for him, I would say, is his skill is a rank block, sliding block, which you were able to get from Matsuyama, the Samurai Matsuyama. So for those, oh, not this one. This is the event one. This one. So for those who already transferred that skill to the Dream Collection Alberto, like me, I don't have any, yeah, I don't need him at all. But for those who don't have the maximized sliding block, and those who have the Dream Collection Alberto, or even Dream Fest Matsuyama, who put the Samurai Matsuyama's block to that Matsuyama, you might want to collect this one. You can't actually collect it, you know, it's about luck, you know, because it's a transfer limited character. So for whenever you get this character, you might want to use it to raise the skill level of whether Dream Collection Alberto or Matsuyama, whichever Matsuyama you put the Samurai Matsuyama's sliding block to. Yeah, I think that's the only purpose for this guy. And as for the other SR, which is Salinas, this one, for those who have Dream Collection Salinas, it's good because he has one hand catch, which is already existing skill for Wakabayashi and Mueller. And but for those who don't have green Wakabayashi and who were saving those Wakabayashi's one hand catches or Mueller's one hand catches somewhere else, and finally it's time for you to use those. Bring those one hand catch and compile it here to this Salinas one hand catch, and then teach it to the Dream Collection Salinas. Then now you'll have S rank catch, the main skill for Dream Collection Salinas, and then you'll now have this one-hand catch A rank, and it's quite easy to level this skill because you could get it from many places like Wakabayashi, Mueller, and him. So yeah, it's quite easy to level this skill, which is good. And also you're now able to also put the C rank catch from the event. This is from the event, so it's not that hard to maximize the skill. So now, after getting all these, you'll have, for those who have Dream Collection Salinas, you'll have S, A, and C, all catching skill. That's good, finally, because weakness of Salinas was that all opponent had to do was, keep shooting at him so that he'll eventually lose all his stamina and he can't do shit after that. So, but by having this A rank and C rank catching skill, you'll now be able to switch skills. You don't have to always use the S rank shot catching skill to all the shots opponents shoot. Finally, so you get to save your stamina, which is good. So I would say this Salinas is very useful. Not this, the SR, the transfer one. Yeah. So for those who already have this Dream Collection Salinas, you would definitely want to teach that one-hand catch to this one. Yeah, and also of course the power catch, this event C rank catch. So that's my evaluation for the SR characters. And as for the SSR, Diaz and Victorino. So Victorino first. He is a forward character, but for the first time I would say his offense stats is really weak as a forward. It's only on its 14,000, and it's not good at all. So he's more weighted on defense for some reason. His defense stats is overall about 17,000. That's pretty high, very high for forward. And his physical is at 16,500. That's okay, right? And if you look inside, it's really weighted on tackle, interception, speed, and technique. Yeah, so he's a really strong interceptor plus tackler, right? And in terms of offense, he's only a decent dribbler, and shot and pass is awful. Yeah, although he's forward. So normally, many of you will, as a first impression, you will probably think that this is a shit character, right? But my impression is different. He has a S rank interception skill and also A rank tackle and A rank dribble, right? And his passive auto interception 50%. So it's like the recent Natureza. And his team skill is all South American characters parameter will go up by 7%. Okay, and Diaz has the same team skill. And as a forward only character, is this good? In terms of offense, no way, not at all good. But if you look at him as a high positioning defender, what do you think? I think as a forward character, his defensive stats is the strongest. I haven't checked everything yet, but I'm pretty sure his defense stats are like the best out of all the characters, right? That means he has something that nobody else has, which is good. You're able to differentiate him against all the other characters, which is something important in this game, I would say. Compared to someone like a decent forward character who has like 6,000 of everything, I would say this one is more useful, because if you compare that decent forward against like really good Dream Fest forward, you can't win, against that Dream Fest forwards. So I would say for those who have Dream Fest forward like Rivol or like Napoleon, the decent forward will have no chance of taking his the Dreamfest position, right? That means it's sort of like useless for those, of course, who have Dreamfest, of course, right? But as for him, he is very different, and I think there is a way of using him. Like for example, in situations where, for example, a strong shooter like Hino shoots, but unfortunately, someone like Ishizaki with a face block blocks it and it takes it away from you, right? But if you match up against that Ishizaki and try to take the ball back right away, it's possible with this Victorino because he's so strong as a defender. And because he's forward, he will normally match up against the opponent defender, right? And most of the defenders, except for people like Dreamfest Pierre or Dreamfest Misugi, they don't have good like pass or dribble stats nor skills. Like Ishizaki, Jito, Alberto, anyone, Robson, they don't have any good stats nor skills. So it's going to be very easy for this Victorino to take it back from these characters, even if you lose the ball once. That means there is a way or a situation where you could use him. Yeah. So I would evaluate him quite good, actually. I would even say out of all the new characters that came this time, I think he is the best. In a way, not as a pure forward, of course, but there, as I've been saying, he's different, which is something very important in this game. So there could be situations where you'll need him. And let's go to Diaz, the last new character. So if you look at Diaz as a pure forward OMF, his shooting stats is pretty damn high. It's 7,200, and his Fest Diaz has 7,500. So it's only 300 difference. And his physical's power is on its 6,000. And Dreamfest Diaz is also around the same figure. So if you compare the shooting stats and power, it's like similar to the Dreamfest Diaz, which is super good, right? But of course, if you look at all the other stats, it's 4,000s or 5,000 at best, so it's not that good. So you should look at him as a shooting character, right? But what he has is S rank low ball shot as a main skill, and this low ball shot is not that strong, as you can see here. It's only 415 at max. Normally, strong penalty area, up in the air type of shots, low or high, strong ones are like 475 or like 450 at least, right? But because it's a really hard to shoot this type of shots, right? But as for this shot, it's only 415, which is pretty weak for S rank, right? But his passive is low ball shot, shot power, strength of the skill of the shot will go up by 15%, which means this low, I forgot what's called, what this is in English, but low air overhead, this will become from the 415 to 477 if you put this passive into account, right? Which is decent, of course, well, good actually, yeah. But that's after you count the passive. Like for example, if you compare it to like Hisho, he already has, from the original stats, is 475 at max, right? That's like already the same level after you add the passive for this Diaz. But Hisho's passive is Japanese player killer, so he gets another additional stats on top of it. So Diaz is only like, after adding the passive, he's decent, which is, I wouldn't say it's that good, I would it would have been way better if this S rank shot was originally at like 450 or something, and then you get to add 15%. Then this shot or this Diaz would have been really threatening. But since it's so low, 415, I wouldn't evaluate him that good, to be honest. Yeah, of course, for those who don't have other Diaz, it's okay. Fest Diaz, it's okay. I think it's gonna be useful. As I said, his shooting stats is super high, so you could like give like drive shot or like twin drive shot from the raid, and he should be a pretty good shooter. But for those who have Fest Diaz, I would use Fest Diaz. Yeah, that's the thing. Or like if you look at him as a green type character, I don't think he could take Hino's position, no way, and even Hyuga's position, I don't think you can. Yeah, that's the thing about him. And one thing that's new and good is the third one, the 1-2 skill is finally here. Argentina combination, which was only on Pascal until today, is now on Diaz, which is good. But look at his passing stats. It's very low. 4,800 for pass, and technique 5,200. So am I going to be able to dodge all the strong defenders with this stats is my question. And I doubt he can. Yeah, I doubt it. So I think at the moment, the best way to use this Diaz, I would say, would be, for those who have Fest Diaz, take off this Argentina combination 1-2 skill off him with using that removal card and give it to the Fest Diaz, because Fest Diaz passing stats is very high. Look, pass is 5,887 and his technique is 6,353. Yeah, so if he has that 1-2 skill, it will be really threatening to the opponent. Yeah, so I think at the moment, I would say that green new Diaz, the best way to use him is to take it off, take that 1-2 skill off of him and put it on him, this Fest Diaz. And then, you know, by doing that, you won't lose that green Diaz because it's only removable card that you used on him. You don't need his main skill, to be honest. It's not that good. So you could keep that Diaz. You know, maybe someday you might have a chance to use him. So you should keep him and then just take off that 1-2 skill and put it on him. I would say that's the best way of using him. Yeah. But to further speak about that 1-2 skill, this event Diaz also has that 1-2 skill. Although it's C rank, but you're able to raise this skill up to max because it's event character, right? Then in terms of stamina consumption, maybe this is good enough, this Argentinian combination, because it's only 225. Whereas the A rank one is like 340 or something. Yeah. Yeah, 340. So, and I think A rank level 1 is like equivalent to C rank level 40. So, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, for now, I would say I would use C rank Argentinian combination, and then, you know, when you have enough SR black balls to raise this A rank skill, then maybe you could switch it to that. But until then, yeah, I don't think there's much. There's not. If you don't have him, it's okay. Yeah, is my answer, to be honest. I would say. Of course, like I said before, for those who want to use him as a green type character, it's okay. Of course, he's useful. He's a good shooter. I'm not, you know, dissing him all the way or anything like that. But for those who have Fest Diaz, I would use Fest Diaz. And I would put this 1-2 off of him. I would take it off him and then put it on the Fest. Or just use the C rank 1-2 skill. Yeah. So if that's the case, you don't need anything from him, actually. Yeah, so those were my evaluations for this time. And also, last but not least, the new Santana. You can't get it yet. You can't get it yet. It's coming from the 18th Friday. After, if you clear all the stages that will come on Friday next week, you'll get this new Santana. Sorry, this is not Teresa. As a prize. And that's okay. This Santana is not good. This actual Santana is not that good. Well, it's okay, I guess. It's not bad, but it's a passing Santana. So for those who have other Santanas, I don't think there's a reason to use him. But I think the purpose would be to, you know, give this new Brazilian soccer 1-2 skill to another Santana, because Santana never had any 1-2 skill, so it's good. Like Diaz, yeah. And by the way, this Santana's passive is 1-2 skill strength of the skill will go up by 10%. So this Brazilian soccer's strength will be like 440 or something after that. But I would, for those who have other Santanas, I would definitely give this new Brazilian soccer to other ones. Then the other ones will be really strong with the 1-2. Yeah. And the other skills he has is Golden Flying, Drive Shot A, and I don't know how you call this, but two, I don't know, it's some shot, low ball shot, which you don't really need, I don't think. Yeah. And his team skill is all parameter 5% for South American characters, like Diaz, well, they had 7%, Diaz and Victorino, but for him, it's 5%. But one thing I can say is from my past experience, or from all of our past experiences, you'll be needing all the characters, the new characters that came, the South American characters, for the Challenge Road EX stage to come. I am sure. They didn't mention anything like that, but you know, from our experience, I'm sure that's gonna be the case for this time again. So it's a pain in the ass, but let's run the event as much as possible and create all the UR characters, plus as much as you can for the leveling the skill. Yeah, you would want to do that, at least for the key players like Santana, Diaz, Salinas. Yeah. So that's about it for today. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe for my for the future videos to come, and stay tuned for them. Thanks for watching. Bye.